good work. Trying to focus on a lot of things to get ready for the season. So we're just working every day. I'm a little tired, you feel me? Trying to get back in shape.
What's up, Knicks fans? Ray B, sport performance, corrective exercise, and movement coach. Knicks season's over, and we're all looking forward to next year at the Garden, but before we get there is the offseason. A lot of these players and athletes are going to need to go through offseason programs, and each athlete is different and going to require a different program. Now, over the next few months, we're going to go over the athletes on the Knicks roster and exactly what I think that they should be doing in their offseason to take that next step in their game. Immanuel Quickley, going into his third year, trying to seize that starting point guard role, is going to have a little bit of a different program than, say, other guys on the Knicks roster. Now, here's what I think Immanuel Quickley should do to make the most of his offseason and hit the ground running going into next year. First off, right off the bat, yes, each of these programs are going to be different, but the staple of these programs are going to have to be getting back to basics. If your knees fall in, if you have bad landing mechanics, if the arch in your foot collapses, if you have bad posture, none of the rest is going to matter at all. And that's the problem with getting back to basics, is that some of these athletes will go on TikTok, they'll go on Instagram, and they'll see someone holding themselves on a pole like a flag, or throwing a kettlebell in the air and doing a burpee. Yeah, that's cool, and it looks awesome, and it might get you likes, but it's not going to get you results on the court. Going back to basics and holding something boring like a plank or a wall sit is what's actually going to get you those results. So I want to squash the no pain, no gain theory right now. Should working out be something that leaves you a little bit sore and uncomfortable after an effective workout? Yes. Is it something that should be painful to where you don't feel good the next day? No. You do not need to beat a dead horse. You can't go 100% the entire time every workout. It is going to lead to overload, which is going to lead to injury, which is going to lead to Immanuel Quickley being off the court. We don't want that, especially when we saw some of the guards this season drop like flies. Quickley stepped up, and that's something we need him to keep doing. His offseason work for speed and power is more than likely going to include box jumps, speed ladder, and doing his lifts in a smaller rep frame, probably in the single digits, explosively and quickly, which is going to make him a lot stronger quickly. If you overload your body time and time and time again, your joints are going to hurt, your ligaments are going to hurt, your muscles are going to hurt, your body is going to feel like a breadstick that's left out overnight from Olive Garden. It's not good. We don't want it.
I don't want that!
Now, an often overlooked point in these off-season programs is rest and recovery, which is massively important. Think about the athlete, think about Immanuel Quickley as a cup. Think about the workout, the stress, everything like that as water. You fill up the cup halfway. It's fine. It's still okay. You start to add more water into that cup and it starts to get to the tippy top and you create that surface tension. That is when you have to stop and rest and recover. If you continue to add water to that, the surface tension is going to break, your athlete is going to break. Everybody has a set load tolerance and it needs to be trained. If you continue to fill up a full cup, if you continue to add stress to these athletes, when they're maxed out, they're going to break. Now, up until this point, we've talked about how hard Immanuel Quickley is going to need to work, but we haven't talked about what he is going to need to work. So for me, what I would like to see Immanuel Quickley work on, the three most important things, would be the stability and mobility of his foot, his knee, and his hips. When he's able to unlock his hips, his ankles, and his knees and create that stability and create that mobility, he's going to be able to drive through the lane. He's going to be able to dribble through screens. He's going to be able to twist and turn and dish passes. He's going to be able to do all of those things. And he's going to be able to do them pain-free, movement clean, and healthily. Additionally, I would love for him to do functional strength training. Please. He does not need to be doing bench presses for his body weight. He does not need to be squatting 225 pounds of reps. He doesn't need to be deadlifting. He doesn't need to be military pressing. We want to work smarter, not harder. Smarter would be functional core strength training, functional weightlifting, medicine ball slams, hold that wall sit, hold the plank, get functional through your core, doing bench presses to get strong up top with a nice reasonable weight for a nice reasonable set for a decent amount of reps. Some squats, some lunges, some isometric work for the glutes, for a side plank to get the obliques involved. So Quickley this year attempted more shots at the rim than we've seen him in the past in his rookie season, and adding size up top could make it so that he feels a lot more comfortable to continue to go to the rim and try to finish. But what's going to happen is he's going to have no choice but to then recalibrate his shot from everywhere else on the court. And with 4 months, you only have one off season. You have to weigh what you want to do. Is it worth it to recalibrate your shot from everywhere else on the court just to add some size up top? I don't think so. So the moral of the story is to train smarter, not harder. Don't beat a dead horse. Get back to basics. Those basics are what's going to allow you to have proper movement mechanics, proper mobility, proper flexibility, and solid functional strength. And always remember, when you move better, you feel better. For the Knicks Wall, I'm Raymond Brenkert.